There are doors that aren't made from wood or stone, but from flesh, memory, and mystery. These doors don't open with physical keys, but with presence, awareness, and respect. Among all these doors, there is one that has been hidden, silenced, and misunderstood for centuries. It's the entrance to the deepest creative power of the feminine. You won't find it in temples or sacred mountains. It's inside the woman's body, in her most delicate energetic space. It's a small point, but huge, like a tiny star, where the sensory, spiritual, and ancestral meet. It's a center of light, fire, and transformation, a sanctuary that holds the memory of the goddess. For generations, this point has been named with shame, fear, or worse, completely erased from our collective awareness. But today, as we experience a spiritual awakening and the return of the feminine, this secret is coming back to light, like a pearl shining in the dark waters of forgotten history. This point is not just a source of physical pleasure. It's a cosmic antenna, a spiral of energy that can open inner doors to intuition, healing, magnetism, and divine connection. Those who have learned to touch it with awareness, not just with their hands but with their soul, have discovered that from here, a woman can reconnect with her true self, her power to create life, her ability to transform worlds, and her role as a conductor of mystery. This isn't an anatomy lesson, it's a revelation. I'm here to take you beyond the science, to help you understand how this small, overlooked power center is actually a key, the key that awakens the dormant energy in the womb, heart, and soul. We'll explore its hidden history, its place in ancient sacred traditions, and its potential to unlock the sacred fire of the feminine. You'll learn how consciously activating this point can heal trauma and raise the vibration of your entire energy body. Get ready. You are about to uncover a sacred secret. You're about to learn a spiritual tool built into the feminine body, a divine design that history tried to erase, but is now coming back to life. Because when that inner star lights up, the woman doesn't just remember her power, she fully embodies it. Since the beginning of time, the female body has been honored as a living temple. In the oldest cultures, people knew that the earth was the mother and the universe was a sacred womb. Women were seen as channels between different worlds, symbols of the cyclical energies of life, death, and rebirth. But in the center of that temple, there was an invisible altar, a pearl hidden within the body that not only felt pleasure but also held a spiritual secret. It wasn't just a source of carnal joy, it is, and always has been, a connection to the subtle dimensions of existence, an energetic key, a spark of creative power. In matriarchal cultures, such as those of the ancient Minoans, Egyptians, or the Sumerian priestesses, this point was known without a name. They called it the jewel, the inner throne, or the bud of Isis. It was said that women who knew how to awaken this inner jewel could see beyond the veil, heal with a single touch, and attract everything they needed just by being present. This key was not activated with force, but with presence, not with cold technique, but with warm, sacred intention. It was part of rituals that combined movement, breath, sound, and silence. It was honored like a living flame. It was understood as the seed of the universe within human skin. With the rise of patriarchal religions and control systems, the temple was looted. The woman's body went from being a source of power to a symbol of sin. The key, the small door of energy, was covered with shame, repression, and forgotten. The wisdom was pushed aside, hidden, and buried under centuries of rules. But the symbol didn't die, it just slept. Like a snake waiting for the right moment to rise. That moment is now. Today, with the awakening of feminine consciousness, the key shines again in the dreams, visions, and inner awakenings of many women. No longer do we need outside approval to experience the mystery. We only need to remember. Remember that this point is a living symbol, more than just flesh. It is ancient knowledge, not created only for pleasure, but as a link to the divine. Every woman who recognizes and honors it with respect is reclaiming a part of her soul, returning the world to its true light. True spiritual awakening begins not in the mind, but in the forgotten center of the body. Imagine that inside the sacred space of the female body is a hidden petal. It's not seen with the eyes or understood by those who haven't refined their spiritual awareness. This petal is in a private place, shielded by culture and biology, but it's a living antenna. It can pick up energies that the mind can't understand. When this point is activated with awareness, not just touched but truly seen, a gentle energy begins to move. It's not a movement from the muscles or nerves, but from the energy field itself. It's a vibration that connects the body to its cosmic source. It's not an exaggeration. Many women who've explored this area with respect and spiritual focus report visions, expanded awareness, memories from the past, and a feeling of returning to something. This point is the place where the feminine soul rests, a small yet powerful structure. Its sensitivity is no accident, it's part of a divine design. If it were just for pleasure, it wouldn't have more than 8,000 nerve fibers like no other part of the body. Doesn't that seem like a coded message? But its power isn't just in the pleasure. Its true potential is awakened when that energy doesn't just stay, but rises. When this spark ignites, the energy that would have stayed in the outer body starts to move toward the center and rises up through the body's energy system. It's an upward movement that ancient traditions knew well. This is often symbolized as the Kundalini fire, a serpent sleeping at the base, waiting to rise to the crown of the head. What's not often said is that this serpent, it needs a spark to wake up. And for women, that spark comes from that forgotten point. When this area is activated with respect, breath, and intention, it doesn't just create physical feelings, it brings back soul memories, restores body sovereignty, and links pleasure to the sacred. This point is not just part of the body, it's the center of power in the female body. When this energy ignites, the body turns into a temple, and every feeling becomes an offering. In that moment, the woman no longer seeks the divine outside herself, she realizes she is part of the mystery. When this small burst of conscious energy sparks at the sacred point of the female body, it doesn't stay where it started. It rises silently toward higher realms of being. This journey isn't a metaphor, it's a real, energetic movement felt by those who have opened this path with focus and devotion. The female body, in its original design, is a transformative tool. It's a spiral of change. The hidden point we spoke about is the doorway, but it's not the final place. When the energy rises and isn't wasted, but elevated, a process of refinement begins. As it moves upward, it passes through different energy centers, known in various traditions as wheels or lotuses. Each of these centers represents a level of awareness, a part of the soul. But for this energy to rise, it needs more than physical touch. It requires pure intention, full attention, and the desire to go beyond the ordinary into the sacred. Ancient wisdom says the body is like a tree, and that hidden point is the root from which divine energy can grow. But to keep that fire from burning out at the base, it needs to be nurtured with breath, silence, ritual, and most importantly, respect. Respect is the path that turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. Many women have felt this rise without knowing it. Moments of deep joy, tears for no reason, sudden awareness during intimate moments. These weren't just emotional reactions, they were the soul remembering itself. In certain states, this energy reaches the chest area, activating the center of love and compassion. This is where pleasure meets tenderness, and the physical and spiritual become one. Then, if the body is open and the mind doesn't interfere, the energy continues to rise to the throat, where the woman begins to speak from a new place. Her truth is no longer just mental, but a vibration. And if the journey ends, if the energy reaches the crown, then something many describe as dissolution happens. There's no name, no form, no past, just infinite presence. In that moment, she doesn't remember who she is, because she remembers everything. But this path is delicate, it can't be forced, it's not imposed, it's allowed, it's honored. It's not a mechanical process but a dance between the body and spirit. Every woman has her rhythm, her own unique way of activating this energy. That's why there's no one-size-fits-all formula. The real teacher is listening. And even more importantly, this journey isn't about ego satisfaction, it's about soul integration. It's a call to return home, a quiet alchemy, and everything starts with that forgotten point, that pearl that holds the map back to wholeness. Those who dare to awaken this energy with awareness don't just change their bodies, they change their destiny. Because a woman connected to her source is a living portal, a healer, a revolution within herself. Awakening the sacred feminine energy is not a one-time event, it's a journey. A flower doesn't bloom with loud noises, and deep energy doesn't respond to haste. It requires patience, listening, and ritual. Now, I'll share simple but powerful practices so that this sacred point, this vibrating pearl, can become an inner sun that lights up every part of your life. First, touch with full presence, not quickly. If that point is a temple, you don't enter with dirty shoes or a distracted mind. Whether you're alone or with someone, the key is in full attention. Before touching, breathe. Before exploring, honor. Understand that this isn't a button to turn on pleasure, but a gateway to activate consciousness. If the body doesn't feel safe, the energy won't rise. So create a safe environment for your soul to relax. Second, try alchemical breath. While touching or meditating on that area, breathe consciously. Imagine you're inhaling light and exhaling what no longer serves you. Visualize the energy awakening and rising like a golden thread through your spine, lighting each center, each chakra. If any part of your body feels tight, don't force it. Just notice, breathe, and release. Breath is the key to moving the subtle energy. Third, the inner mirror ritual. A powerful practice is to sit quietly and focus on that sacred center without touching it, just bringing your awareness there. Ask yourself, what does this point want to tell me today? What memories does it hold? What blockages are hidden there? Sometimes, just by bringing awareness to an area that's been hidden by shame or neglect, it starts to heal. What's observed with love begins to transform. Fourth, be mindful of what enters your temple. The energy of this center is activated not only by touch, but also by your thoughts, emotions, and words. If you surround yourself with negative environments, people who don't honor your essence, or content that dims your light, this center starts to close. Instead, feed your day with beauty, art, nature, singing, dancing. This point opens like a flower feeling the sun. Fifth, honor your own rhythm. Not all women feel the same way. Some feel fire, others water, others wind. There's no single way to awaken this energy. That's why you shouldn't compare yourself. Don't look for formulas, look for authenticity. The sacred can't be copied, it's revealed in the intimate. What's inside that hidden petal, that ancestral spark, is the memory of the feminine soul waiting to be awakened. You are the only guardian of that temple. There's a point in the spiritual journey where we no longer seek outside because something inside has been ignited. It's not a blinding light or a violent fire. It's a warm, steady glow that comes from deep within, as if the earth itself were breathing inside you. That light, that presence, that energy comes from a place that was once forgotten, silenced, even rejected. For centuries, the sacred feminine was hidden. The world feared its power because it can't be controlled. It doesn't follow conquest logic or power structures. Its language is symbol, its strength is creation, and its rhythm is like the moon's cycles. At the core of this ancient wisdom lies a secret point, a vibrant center where the feminine soul connects with the universe. This point isn't just an organ or a random evolutionary feature. It's a subtle antenna, a consciousness switch, a biological altar. From it, energy can awaken, rise, and completely change the way we perceive existence. Anyone who activates this center with reverence not only experiences pleasure but gains revelation, internal vision, and the understanding that the body is a temple, and the soul is its priestess. It's not just about touching, it's about remembering, about seeing with new eyes a part of you that has always been there, waiting to be recognized, not as a taboo but as a treasure. This rediscovery is not trivial, it's a revolutionary act. A woman who knows herself, who honors herself, who awakens her creative center, is a woman who cannot be controlled. And this message isn't just for women. Men who love and support this process with respect, without fear or invasion, also awaken the memory of the divine within themselves. In the conscious meeting between feminine and masculine energy, true alchemy is born, the union of heaven and earth within the human being. So today, at the end of this symbolic journey through the hidden heart of the female body, I invite you to do something simple but deeply transformative. Listen to yourself, place your hand on your belly, breathe, and quietly ask, what does my body want to remind me? What part of me have I forgotten? Where does my magic hide? If this message touched something inside you, I invite you to continue exploring this ancient wisdom. There's much more to discover, and we've only lit the first flame. Subscribe to the channel, like this video if it awakens something in you, and share it with others who are ready to remember. Your path is sacred, your body is a map, and your essence is a miracle.